It's National Mole Day. No, I'm not talking about our cute, furry digging friends, but rather chemistry's unit of measurement, also known as Avogadro's number. Since a mole is equivalent to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power, chemists celebrate Mole Day between 6:02 a.m. and 6:02 p.m. every 23rd of October. Today, we will celebrate by putting a few moles along the waistlines by trying 3 lesser-known chocolate bars and asking, "You tried that?" You Tried Dat. I'm Nick Norrick on the pal Shad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hey.
I had forgotten about the existence of the term mole as a unit of measurement until just now. Mm-hmm. And that was something that we did like a ton of in science. And then I have not thought about that for like 20 years.
I don't even know if I ever heard that. They probably taught it to us. I just didn't remember. But
yeah.
Up in Wisconsin, they measure chemistry with actual live moles. It's just...
Did you know the term Avogadro's number?
I had heard that.
Okay. I knew that when you mentioned mole, yeah. But I couldn't have pulled that out. If you were like, what's the number called? I'd be like, big.
Right.
I thought maybe Moles Day was when everyone would go in and get their moles checked and or removed.
Mm-hmm. 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 I do have some big news though.
Uh-oh.
Guys, redo the tournament.
Yes.
And by that I mean the fishing tournament. Because there's
I read this too, I think.
This story that I found
Pretty
about
great.
a fishing tournament.
Uh-huh.
And this it was actually big news.
Yeah.
It says there's something fishy going on in the world of competitive fishing.
Mm.
So the prize for this Ohio fishing tournament is $29,000.
Really weird number.
Yeah, interesting. The stakes couldn't be lower, some might say.
Could be 27.
I guess so. I guess
these
they could
guys
be lower.
turn in
28,999.
They turn in their bucket of walleye for this particular tournament.
Yeah.
And someone says it looks like they should weigh around 4 pounds, but all these fish apparently weigh around 7 pounds. And it says, I thought there's just no way. I could hear the crowd grumbling, there's no way. So all the crowd is watching these fish being weighed. And the judge
There's no
says,
way spelled WEIGH.
Yes.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
The judge says, I physically felt the fish and I could feel hard objects inside the fish.
Yeah.
Boners.
Fish boners.
These fish just love getting caught.
It's the original fish stick.
And it turns out that these two guys put big old metal weights inside the fish. They showed a picture of these weights. They're fucking huge.
They're like big, like BBs, right? Like they're big, like
they're gigantic. They like are the size of the whole fish's stomach. Like I don't know how you wouldn't see just this big round piece of metal inside the
Pull
fish.
like this fish up, and the fish is going like clank, 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 and a bunch of like marbles rolling around inside it.
All my fish are pregnant. Yeah, that's what it is. That's that big bulge in their stomach.
So apparently there's a video and you can hear, there's a quote of, you can hear someone in the background saying, "You just lost everything."
All $29,000.
I think one of them, if I recall the article correctly, and maybe you're getting to it, so I don't mean to get in front of you here, but like, they took another piece of walleye from a different fish and stuffed it in the middle as well to make it weigh even more. And I'm like, that's actually kind of clever. It at least looks like fish inside.
Right.
But yeah.
I caught this fish right after it cannibalized another of its own kind.
You know what the shocking part about this story really was to me? That there are people watching a fishing tournament live. Like someone is watching guys wait hours in a boat to maybe catch a fish.
One of the complaints was the people were disgusted and, quote, "This is a family atmosphere." So.
How dare you bring these erect fish on board? This is my kids are here.
So it's a lot of work to go to get $29K for sure.
Well, not really. You get in a boat, troll around, catch one fish, stuff it with the hundreds of pounds of metal.
Well, to think you're going to get away with this, right?
Yeah.
Seems just... Just crazy. It doesn't show a picture of the guys or anything, but I do think they need to redo the
I mean,
term.
I can picture him in my head.
It's got to be pretty mortifying just standing there like, don't look inside the fish. Like, like hundreds of people staring at you and like metal filings falling out of this fish.
Yeah, they didn't say if he tried to like make an excuse that the fish had eaten those weights.
I used weights as bait. I used 18 weights and they ate them all. Yeah.
That definitely reminds me of like when I was in Cub Scouts or whatever, and we did the Pinewood Derby, and there were like every year or something there'd be like a kid who got busted because the dad had like shoved a bunch of extra weights, like hidden extra weights inside the wood or something like that to make it go faster. And it's like and that there wasn't even 29K on the line, just like whether or not your kid is like a bigger piece of shit than other kids, I guess. I don't know what you win from that.
Winning the Pinewood Derby makes you a big piece of shit?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. No one who actually did their own work ever won the fucking Pinewood Derby.
I was just going to say, like, Jake did that a couple years ago, and it was like, all right, whose dad spent the most time in the wood shop?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you'd be like you had the little thing of graphite, and you would like graphite up the axles, and it's just fucking insane.
I can see your dad getting really into like building a Pinewood Derby car. No?
He also, like, as much as he would like to do woodwork and build it, he also was like a do your own work type of a stuff. So like get out there and chop your fingers off. I don't care what it takes. You're gonna
shove them inside your fish. Yeah.
If you want to be the biggest piece of shit on the earth, you got to earn it.
I just have this live fish on wheels just flying down
Do you guys remember when I won that Mario Kart tournament by shoving metal into everybody else's Wiimotes?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
They couldn't steer.
I remember I tried to win a fishing tournament, and I made a mistake. I had gotten fried fish from the store and put it on my hook and held it out, and they're like, that doesn't look fresh out of the lake.
Does look delicious, though.
I did stuff it with weights.
What's the biggest fish you've caught? Sans weights.
Yeah. Sans weights? I can't count the weights. I caught a nice looking walleye in my day. Probably a walleye or a northern, and they're probably maybe...
Are those big fish?
A northern is like a pike, so it's like...
Still doesn't help.
Like a cylindrical fish. It's like longer, and it's like, like kind of skinnier. And then a
tell me by weights.
Like
how many weights could fit in it?
you could probably get a whole pile of ball bearings right down that fish's gullet.
It's a 30-pound dumbbell just sticking out of the fish's mouth.
I'm guessing maybe I caught like a 3-pound fish or something, and maybe a 3 or 4 pound fish like once or twice in my life. Nothing crazy.
That doesn't seem very big, yeah.
That number is a lot lower than I thought you might say.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not. Well, because I don't remember. We usually, because the reason, like, what you do when you get them to, like, see if you can keep them is by length. They have to be so many inches long. So, I had to throw my dick back, actually. That's unfortunate. But, yeah, no, so I don't remember how much they weighed. I remember how long they were. But I also don't want to be that guy that's like, I caught a 31-pound trout or something. You know what I mean? Like, that's not true.
Yeah, right.
We were...
You could have gone with the number that we respected you for, though.
How many? You've caught a 0-pound fish. You've never caught a fish a day in your life.
I'll tell you what, if I only caught a 3-pound fish when I went out, I'd fucking drown myself.
I would never come back to shore.
I caught probably a 40-pound girl one time, like a 6-year-old girl.
What?
Yeah, no, I went back with my arm to like cast and let go of the hook straight backward and got it tangled in her hair.
Oh, okay.
And,
really?
Yeah, when I was little. And then my dad, like, he goes, I remember him going like, God damn it, because like now he's got to go talk to this girl's dad, like, hey, sorry, my son just put a hook in your daughter's head. But yeah, she kind of deserved it.
My grandpa was definitely like guy that has huge fish that he caught mounted on his wall,
Yeah,
and like
too.
various other animals too. Just like the head of like a fucking, I don't know, deer or something.
Pretty common.
Staring at you. An exotic beast, the deer.
Of a platypus. Some fucking platypus.
But those things always kind of like freak me out. Just like you walk into a room and there's just a big fish head, like mouth agape, just staring at you. It's just like, oh God, at least sing to me like Big Mouth Billy Bass or something.
My grandfather would go fishing for like 8 months out of the year. He was on disability, and I think he just didn't like being at home. So he would go to like Michigan or Alaska and catch salmon that were legit as tall as he was. Like, they were really long.
Wow.
4 pounds?
You could fit like a whole dumbbell inside. Yeah, it was. If I used to work out just by benching the fish he caught, I would just go push it up in the air. But I don't even know how you wrestle that big. Like, that's too big a fish. I don't know how you get it in the boat. Maybe I'm just not strong enough. Maybe he's more of a man.
Don't you like because you go on fishing trips where the pole is just attached to the boat, right?
Oh, no.
Like it's hooked into the side of the boat.
Yeah. So they have so you're talking like a charter fishing trip. Yeah. So they're individual reels that you then put in a reel holder. And and the line just streams behind you. A fish catches it, and then they go fish on, and someone grabs it, pulls it out, and actually reels it in. So it's not like the boat catches your fish. I mean, it kind of does, but
how much actual fucking work?
You go on these fishing trips where you just nap in the boat and then collect the fish at the end, right?
And they just drag a huge net behind them, and then you're like, "Look at all these fish I caught."
The last one we did was bizarre because it was like I think it was like Father's Day, but we were on vacation and we were in like Michigan. So Betsy did a fishing charter with like the family, and like Jake had zero interest. Jake was reading some science fiction novel in the boat. Evie was too little to really help. She couldn't pull it, so I basically had to do it for her. My wife barely got, and so it was just me and this dude having to talk, the boat captain guy, and he was like this Michigan kind of redneck weirdo, and he was like, "Oh, you're from Chicago, huh?" I'm like, yeah. I was like, I was there once. Some gangbangers tried to, jump me in Millennium Park, but I showed them my gun. And I'm like, Millennium Park? Like, the gangbangers hanging out at the Bean? Like, that's the fucking
biggest tourist spot of all time.
They were strolling up and down Michigan Avenue, going to Saxford Avenue, and then jumping me. Yeah.
I'm a badass because I brought a gun to the Bean.
I was like, what? And then and it was all like these tales of woe about his ex-wife, and I'm like, Betsy, come save me! Like, oh well, we caught one fish. We should probably head in, huh? Yeah,
3 pounds, that'll do. Let's just go in.
Yeah, like I thought I caught like a 3 pound fish, and then but it wound up weighing like 10 pounds. I took it to the restaurant. They dumped it out, and a bunch of bullets came out. He had stuffed it with apparently it weighed 2 tons, and I looked up. He had stuffed the bean inside it. I didn't know how
Mr. Bean.
Rowan Atkinson was in the fish.
Just came flopping out. Before we eat the snacks, just real quick, do you think that these fish had boners because it's the fish equivalent of autoerotic asphyxiation to come out in the water like that? Do you think that's true?
Yeah.
I think that is true.
Great. We'll cut that. All right.
What was the expected reaction that we leave it in for? Oh, fuck yeah! Those fish were fucking hard, bruh.
Yeah, that was what I was expecting.
Let's eat some candy bars. We've got 3 candies.
This could be good.
Bars, I don't know we rate them on
candy bars. I just said that.
Rate them on a 5-point scale. I love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and hate that. Let's start with the Rocky Road.
Wait, Geiger, are you allergic to cashews or
no?
Okay. Almonds. The Uno has almonds apparently.
Perfect. It's all
right.
Yeah,
which I didn't know because it just says chocolate on the outside. But then my wife was reading the instructions to see if the ingredients to see if she could eat the instructions. Open wrapper.
Open, put in mouth.
She's like, almonds. These are too complicated for me.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to they don't kill me or anything. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
This says that it's handmade milk chocolate coated marshmallow with cashews. Marshmallow and cashews. Super popular company.
How is this Rocky Road? That has nothing to do with this. Rocky Road has like nuts in it, right?
Yeah, Rocky Road does have a nut.
Okay, I take that back.
Does it have marshmallows? I don't.
No. Yeah, it does.
I think it does have marshmallows, yeah.
Okay, so this is exactly Rocky Road then, right?
All right, I'll stop insulting it.
Mm-hmm.
I think cashews might be my least favorite nut.
Maybe are my favorite nut.
We never eat them because my wife is like almost deathly allergic to them.
Okay.
But I don't know.
I put them pretty far down the nut list as well.
Yeah. You strike me as a big peanut guy.
Me?
Yeah. No?
I like peanuts, yeah.
Okay.
I like almonds a lot too.
I like pistachios, but they're too much work to open.
What do you think of a Brazil nut?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? I said, what do you think of a Brazil nut? Do you like it?
I thought you said when you think of one. When you think of a Brazil nut, takes you back. I don't know if I've ever eaten one. Probably have.
This is just sort of long and rectangle shaped. Looks like a candy bar. And it's all... The inside is almost completely filled with the marshmallow that's like... that you'll get in like a marshmallow Santa. That kind of thing. So it's pretty sticky. And then there is a very thin layer of cashews along the top. The nuts are not prominent at all. All right, Geiger, you're up first. What do you think of the old Rocky Road?
Just like my dog after he was neutered, the nuts are not prominent at all. Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, got it. What do you think of a Brazil nut? They just like Chad's dog, the nuts are not prominent at all. I think I remember thinking that as I was eating. I'm like, this is a lot like Chad's dog.
So, Geiger, when you think of a pecan,
right? Yep.
Go ahead.
So, Geiger.
Yeah.
When you nut all over a Brazilian.
Yeah. I would too. They're hot. Mm-hmm. There is no nuts in this. That was my big takeaway. I was like, this is just a marshmallow bar. I know there's cashews. There is technically cashews present, but you don't taste them at all. I guess it's a little bit of a texture thing, but you nailed it. Where this is basically just evolves into like a marshmallow Santa you eat at Christmas. So with probably proportionally off from that because there's a lot more marshmallow. That said, I think the chocolate's fine. I do love those marshmallow Santas. I still like that. I like this. It's probably too big. This is a lot of marshmallow to eat, although I am definitely going to finish it. But I'm just hungry. But in general, this is probably too much marshmallow candy bar to eat. But yeah, I think it's a solid like that.
Chad?
I mean, I said I put cashew far down the nut list, but I wish I could actually taste the cashews.
Yeah.
But they might as well not be there. I don't even think they provide any texture at all. You don't get any crunch.
Right.
And then the bar just dissolves into mushy marshmallow. I also don't think the chocolate is very good. I don't know if it's maybe a little more on the darker side or what. And I don't love those marshmallow chocolate Santas really. To me, actually, marshmallow in candy form kind of rarely works because it just I don't know. It ends up feeling so overly processed. Not that eating a marshmallow in a Rice Krispie treat, oh, this is a fresh marshmallow, plucked from the tree or whatever. But I don't know. This marshmallow is not really doing it for me. I'm going back and forth between indifferent and dislike. I think I'm going to dock it points because they advertise cashews and there's barely cashews and they're tiny. So I'm just going to slide it into dislike that.
Okay. So Chad did say some of the things that needed to be said, such as the advertising cashews, them not being there, Marshmallow Santa's not being that good.
Advertising cashew. They just kept trumpeting the fucking presence of cashews, guys.
It's a rare sort of nut to be in a candy bar. So when you see it, you're like, oh, this could be different. So Annabelle's, this company, is apparently a West Coast, San Francisco started company. I think there was one other, maybe the Abba Zaba or something that we tried that was also from that company. Marshmallow and candy can be good if it's accompanied by more than just chocolate. If it's mixed with some other things, I think it could work. I don't think it works here. The very best processed marshmallow like this is in a pinwheel to me. And that's agreed. With a cookie and some better chocolate. This is just right in the middle for me. I'm going to give it an indifferent to dat. So we're all over the board here, a like, and indifferent, and a dislike. Let's go to the Uno next. So I think it's Uno, even though it could also be because there's a dash between the U and the no.
Chad.
What?
Let's go in the background. Draw card. Reverse.
Uno, one of my favorite card games.
It is fun.
I'm looking forward to my kids being old enough to actually play that.
The problem with Uno now is they've like fucked it up in all new versions. It up.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Where they add all kinds of new rules in every new version of it. They took a classic and they fucked with it. So
you can just ignore those rules, right? Or are there like cards?
There's like some cards that have like different. It's like each version you buy. I'm sure you can get the original version somewhere, but each version seems to have different rules to it.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
And there's a card where you can there's a blank card. You can make your own rule on it.
Oh God.
And I seem to remember playing it with my kids when they were little and just like making the most fucking bizarre rule. This card ends the game somehow.
The rule on the card is just when you think of Brazil nut, and that's the end of the rule.
Everyone just stares at the guy with the card.
Yeah, okay.
So all this says on the outside is original rich creamy chocolate. So I don't know where you thought almonds, Chad, but I don't see it listed here.
It was just in the ingredients list.
Oh, okay.
They better not advertise any almonds and not get any. You guys are going to get all fucking hot and bothered.
The cross section looks exactly like a Three Musketeers.
It does not have the same texture, however.
No.
This is weird.
What is it?
Draw card.
Yeah, this is the blank card in the Uno deck.
Yeah.
What is this shit?
Yeah, I was just
Yeah, if you say weird. When you think of an Uno, that it's fitting for a long pause there.
Jesus. Oh my
God.
I do.
There are tiny little chunks that I bet are almond.
All right, Jan.
I gotta read what this is.
Yeah, the inside is like weirdly mushy almost. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It looks solid, but then when you chew it, it kind of like dissolves in your mouth in a very unsettling kind of way.
Yeah.
It's like grainy, but like it makes like a paste almost when you chew it. I don't know how to explain it.
It's like 3 different textures at once. It's very strange.
It's a real science experiment. A lot of moles going on in here.
Yeah. It's taking you on a tour of all the textures. It's also like weirdly wet. That makes sense. The flavor is fucking like those awful hard on fish. This thing.
Yeah. But it's also dry.
Wet but dry. Bad but also bad. There is really, and also I don't think this is stale, but it's another one of these candies where it tastes really, really stale, which is always off-putting to me. I took 2 bites. I cannot take a third one. This is very, very gross to me. I'm going to give it a hate that.
Wow. It is really difficult to describe the taste of it. Like we said, it looks just like a Three Musketeers bar, but it tastes nothing like it. It's the size of, I don't know, a walleye maybe. But probably neither of those.
It's a good 3 to 4 pound bar.
It's not good. And I can't say why, because I don't know what the fuck I'm eating. But I don't think it's a hate. I just think it's a pretty strong dislike that. So, Geiger, what do you think?
I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Is
that all you got?
Sure. No,
you seem at a loss.
Sorry, I was just trying to think of Brazil nut. Mm-hmm. It's just bizarre. I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm so baffled by the texture that I don't even remember how it tastes other than bad. It's like it almost, the aftertaste is like you just drank chocolate milk, but not in a good way, like bad chocolate milk. Like there's that weird like
curdled chocolate milk.
Yeah, maybe it's just because it makes that like kind of weird wet glue on your tongue when you're done with it. as you're chewing it, and that lingered. It's
tongue
almost
glue, yummy.
Yeah, it's almost like I feel like my tongue was just coated in like bad yoo-hoo almost. So the taste is bad, the texture's bad. I don't have to belate this anymore. It also might make me choke on the almonds. So I'll say this is I don't think I hate it, even though I made it sound like the most disgusting thing on earth. So I'll just give it a dislike that.
All right, 2 dislikes and a hate. The Rocky Road comfortably in the lead, but what looks like a very strong contender still to come. Chad? All
right, so this week's segment, we're going to return to a segment we did one time before. Maybe you guys remember this. So, we've visited Reddit in the past for various reasons, usually for Geiger's pickup lines or just in general to make fun of it.
Hold on. They're not my pickup lines, just to be clear. I didn't make
the pickup lines that Geiger uses as he catcalls women on the street. So what I've done here, this is a segment I call You Tried Dat, where I have pulled some of the more bizarre subreddits. And here's what we're going to do. I will give you the name of the subreddit. You have to tell me what happens on that subreddit. And then whoever is closer, I will give that person a point. So an example from when we did that before, there was one that was r/Grandpa Joe hate. If you guys remember when we did that one before.
That's right, yeah.
And that was people who really hate Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka, just railing about him on the internet for some reason.
r/mole could be about animals.
Could be all kinds of things.
Yeah.
It's just people counting until they hit Avogadro's number. So this first one, r/birds with arms. r/birds with arms. Who wants to guess first?
I definitely want to go second with list A this time.
Okay. Geiger, r/birds with arms. What do you think that is?
Sounds like some fucking mutant freak shit. I'll say it's pictures of birds, but they have like drawn human arms on them.
Okay. Novak, what do you think?
Feels like the only thing it could be.
It's a picture of a bird. All right, I guess I'll guess something totally different.
Yeah.
I'll say it's a picture of Larry Bird.
Armed to the teeth.
AK-47. Larry Bird with people drew his arms on.
It's just Larry Bird's arms as a drawing.
They photoshopped off his actual arms and then drawn cartoon arms in his place. Geiger nailed it almost exactly. Yeah, it's arms photoshopped onto birds. So people will just post a picture of a bird and then Photoshop some arms onto it. The channel's rules state, make sure it's a bird with arms and not a person with a bird head. If it has a humanoid body, it needs to have some other visible bird-like features to be allowed. So they're pretty strict over at Birds with Arms.
How many people are on this subreddit? Like, is it a popular subreddit?
I didn't pull the numbers.
All right, that's fine.
But
I'll visit later.
Yes,
way more than listen to this podcast.
Yeah. More people are interested in looking at poorly drawn arms on birds than listening to us. All right, here we go. On to the next one. Novak, you'll go first here. r/unexpected 3/5. Unexpected 3/5. What do you think that is?
Oh boy. Careful.
Okay. Easy now. Easy.
Unexpected 3/5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to go with the race.
Nah.
You wanted list B. You wanted list B.
Okay, what else could 3/5 stand for? Wait, was unexpected 3/5?
Mm-hmm.
This is just when 3 out of 5 people in a photo have something in common than the other two. The other two are different.
Okay, Geiger, what do you think?
Well, according to my wife, the 3/5 compromise was a some sort of sexual orgy or something. So
I remember that story.
Yeah. This is one of these sex things, isn't it? Read a fucking book. 3/5, unexpected 3/5.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna say this is like stories of when someone unexpectedly got like two people were about to have sex and unexpectedly 3/5 of his penis went inside them.
Unexpectedly?
Yeah, like
I thought they were going to have sex.
No, they were, but
okay.
they weren't just like, they were like, oh, let's start. And then you're like, I'll count you down. And then they went on 2 instead of 10.
So what's shown on the Reddit? How's that?
It's not just pictures on Reddit. You can just have posts.
So it's just people talking about 60%
Look,
of my dick.
Neither of us are going to get it. Wait.
You're probably so close.
Let's game this out. How would it actually work? I don't know.
I think you guys are overthinking this. This is just posts where people report times they saw the number 3/5.
What?
Like out in the wild.
Every time they pass by, oh, that's 5th third bank, not 3/5 bank.
Maybe they were standing on their head when they went past.
Where's that posted in the wild?
When do you see 3/5 anywhere?
I don't know. Is it sometimes like on a address? I don't know.
Yep. There's 3 5s right here. That's about it.
3/5. Like, oh, the exit's 3/5 of a mile, maybe something like that on the freeway.
Nope.
Well, I
don't know. When you went to the museum and learned about the 3/5 compromise,
3/5 of a mile.
I'll give that one to Novak because Geiger's was just way too specific there.
In 3/5 of a mile, turn right.
Mm-hmm.
Next one. r/trees sucking on things. r/trees sucking on things. Geiger, what do you think that is?
I don't even want to say what I think this is. Trees given that dome. All right. Trees sucking on things. I have no idea, but I think trees sucking on things. It's not making it better by saying it a lot.
Yeah, say it some more. You'll get it.
Trees
It'll come to you.
Things.
It's making me harder, but it's not getting close to the answer.
I'm going to say, you know how you get like a knot in a tree and it looks like a big circle? So I'm going to say it's like people like are photoshopping a tree either like with a knot in it or a hole in it and making it look like it's like sucking on a candy or sucking on a sub sandwich.
Rock hard fish.
Yeah.
Novak.
I was going very close to that, but I'm going to say it's a knot in the tree, but no, nothing's in Photoshopped. It's just like things that someone maybe has stuck in there, like an animal half
You're probably
out,
right, actually.
or something like that, and they just take a photo of it.
An animal half out. Look at that tree sucking on that raccoon's
The squirrel's
head.
going half in, right? Yeah.
When a squirrel's penis is 3/5 into the tree's top.
Hey, I saw 3/5. Put it on there.
I can nail 2 subreddits with just this one photo.
It says 3/5 on his penis. Yeah, I got it.
So I'll give it to Novak here. It's just pictures of trees that have melded with nearby inanimate objects. So like when it's grown around a fence or like something like that. Yeah.
That's a tree sucking on something?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Horny Reddit people. All right.
All right, so now it's going to get like a little bit harder, a little more obscure.
These were obvious. Yeah, that's a good.
Now this is called Shrubs Butt Fucking Offense.
Oh, that sounds like the best subreddit there could be.
There's now going to be one.
So this one is called r/desire path. r/desire path. What do you think that one is, Novak?
Desire path?
Desire path. Okay.
Desire path.
Is photos of trails that people want to walk, right? So it's like some of a trail I really like to walk this path. It seems like
everyone calls it a desire path. You
I
traipse
desire Kilimanjaro.
Traipse right down the treasure path and at the desire path, and you'll see a tree giving fucking fellatio to somebody.
That's the cleanest answer I've given in 200 plus episodes. So just let's roll with
Good job. Good job.
All right. Desire path. I'm going to say it's pictures of people's treasure trail. You know, you get the belly hair that leads down to the nether regions. And obviously they don't show that part, but it's just the hair that leads down.
Do.
They do? Yeah. I'm going to say it's pictures of people's big old hairy dongs. Also the cleanest answer I've given in about 200 episodes.
I mean, point of order, nobody actually desires a treasure trail. You know what I mean?
It's not hairy enough.
All right, so I'll give this to Novak. So the subreddit says,
mine's just terrible.
Dedicated to the paths that humans prefer rather than the paths that humans create. So it'll be like a picture of it'll be like the picture of like a corner, like there's a sidewalk at a corner, but then you can see that like by a trail of dead grass where people just like cut across.
Were they desired a path?
Yeah. So basically pictures of places where people walked off the path, you know, for a shortcut or
Should
something
be
like
called
that.
r/trampled. Just like a...
So that's what that is. All right, here we go.
Novak, you're smoking me like a tree.
Yeah, you better get some points. If he keeps scoring, he's going to be butt fucking you like a shrub.
All right, treesome. What's treesome? Oh, jeez. 2 fences and a tree?
This one is r/. Those fences are Chinese finger cuffing that tree.
The rare occasion where a tree has grown, where 2 neighbors' fences meet.
A tree has grown up under a Lowe's Hardware, and there's all these tree fences are stacked up on top of it.
Okay. r/boot too big. r/boot too big.
Boot too big.
Yeah, Geiger, what do you think boot too big is?
All right, I got to get back on track. I need an easy layup here, and I'm going to, and I know...
This isn't the one to give it to you, but go ahead.
Okay, well, that's my concern, because obviously my first thought is like, is it just like pictures of like kids wearing their like parents' boots, or like, you know, that's cute. Oh, you know, Evie does that all the time. She puts on her mom's shoes and she's her clomp around. I'm sure that's not it.
It's not.
Okay. Well, that's a hint. That's a hint. All right. So I'm going to boot too big. Ooh, the boot's too big. I am going to say, I don't know. I'm still going to go with that answer, even though I know it's no.
Okay.
I don't know what else. Yeah, I have
right.
nothing else. Yeah, you just told me it wasn't, but okay.
It might be closer than what Novak says.
Okay, that's true. I'll go with that.
One thought I had was maybe something to do with Italy.
Me too.
The boot.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to go with maybe this Reddit was originally supposed to be booty too big, and it was just a mistyped, and that it's for large
with one hand.
rumps.
Rumps?
Yeah.
Look at that rump over there.
Okay, so this is a subreddit where people post memes that are following a roses are red, violets are blue format. So this was inspired by a dog meme that said, roses are red, sugar is sweet, he boot too big for he goddamn feet. And it the dog.
So wait, it's a niche nursery rhyme that someone fucked up and they turned it into a different subreddit about something else entirely.
Yeah, it's just subreddits. People post, every meme they post has to be a roses are red format.
I could have guessed for 50 years in
yeah,
that cabinet.
I also was like, maybe it's Italy. Nope. No dumber than that.
But since the original meme was he boot too big for he goddamn feet, I will give that point to Geiger since he did mention big boots.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Just make it tied coming down to the last one.
4 to go here. Novak, I think you got a pretty good shot at this one. This one is r Stannis the Mantis. r/Stannis the Mantis. Novak, what do you think?
Stannis the Mantis.
Oh, boy.
Okay. This is... So Stan the Man was a famous baseball player back in the day, Stan Musial.
Mm-hmm.
So I think these are photos of Stan Musial's head photoshopped onto a praying mantis.
Okay.
That might actually be right. Sadly, that's a sentence I didn't think I'd say today. You know what, Novak? I'm really impressed by that.
That's just dumb enough to be correct.
Stannis the Mantis? Stannis the Mantis. All right.
Stannis the Mantis, not Stannis
Mantis.
the Mantis.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that eliminates one of the... I was going to say maybe it's a play on Dennis the Menace, but
could
maybe
just be
not.
a different Stan with the same idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to say this is Stannis Baratheon from Game of Thrones.
Oh.
And he maybe the same thing on like either like with his arms like that just look like a mantis or his head photoshopped on a mantis body.
Tell me we're right.
Come on.
Geiger.
Yes!
Geiger almost exactly right. And I was all prepared to give the point to Novak because he basically had it minus the wrong stand.
That's fine. That's teamwork.
That's good.
It's a subreddit dedicated to gathering evidence that Stannis Baratheon is, in fact, a gigantic praying mantis in disguise. So people will post, like, oh, here in, like, you know, book 4, he, like, did such and such, which has evidence that he's a praying mantis or something, you know, stuff like that.
People spend time on that, huh?
Reddit's the fucking worst. What do you want?
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so it is all tied up here now with 3 to go. Okay, Geiger. r/I'm sorry, John. r/I'm sorry, John. And if it matters, John is spelled Jon.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Ooh, that means nothing.
Oh boy. So again, oh wait, that's a Dear John letter, right? When you say, hey, like this doesn't working out and you just peace out without talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, John's probably different. So this has got to be apologizing to, all right, I'm going to say this is people apologizing to Jon Stewart somehow from The Daily Show. Like he'll like, oh, like he has, because he's very political. Maybe they'll see something that they know he would be upset by and they'll say, sorry, John. And then it's like, you know, someone passing a bill that's shitty or fucking a tree or something. I don't know. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
You said Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
So my first thought was Jon Snow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Would I do 2 Game of Thrones ones in a row?
That was what I then thought. Probably you would not.
I might.
Then the only other John I could think of that a lot of this bullshit stuff comes from, and because we're on the podcast and we have a guest that does.
Yep, I just thought of that too.
Was John from Garfield?
Mm-hmm. John Arbuckle.
John Arbuckle is his name, and I feel like he's the type of guy that would be involved in some Reddit bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
He's balls deep in Reddit, that Arbuckle.
So it's something with like people accidentally having John killed or something.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
R/Buckle.
Actually, Novak, shockingly close. So this subreddit features original artwork where people turn Garfield into his, quote, true form, which is often creepy and horrific as he threatens John Arbuckle's life. So it'll be like a 4-panel comic or 3-panel comic or something, start like a normal Garfield comic, but then like over the course of it, Garfield like morphs into this giant like demonic smoke monster or something like that. And then like the last panel will usually be like, I'm sorry, John, as he like starts to eat John's head or something, you know, something like that. It's very fucking weird.
Garfield with many second lives. That's a very strange subculture.
Yeah, very strange. All right. Novak, you're up first for this one. r/better hoagie down. r/better hoagie down.
All right. You know who likes a good hoagie?
Mm-hmm.
Is Cliff Huxtable.
He sure does.
So these are stills from the Cosby Show of Cliff eating a hoagie.
Okay. Geiger, what do you think?
Better hoagie down. All right. This is, you know, like when you buy a hoagie, like you get a nice big old hoagie in your hands and you can't wait to eat it.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you go to bite it and you drop it on the ground, right? So this is someone, their hoagies down. This is pictures of people dropping their sandwiches.
Okay. Okay.
I don't fucking know.
The defeat in your voice as you finish that sentence.
They're sandwiches. Okay.
All right. So neither of you are even close. But I'm going to give the point to Geiger to tie it up.
Yeah.
So this has like a single post on there, and it's a story of a person who took the wrong drugs, and then they hallucinated their wife, repeatedly handing them a brown bag sandwich and telling them, quote, "It's cold out there. You better hoagie down."
That's what I just said, of course. That's why I got the point. You better hoagie down.
Better hoagie down.
Makes sense.
You know, it's cold out there.
It's good advice.
Oh, baby, it's cold outside. You better hoagie down.
All right. Last one. And this you're going to get no hints at all from the name here. So we'll see how this goes. r/glorp. r/glorp. GLORP. r/glorp.
Yeah.
Geiger, what do you think?
Glorp. GLORP.
That's right, glorp.
Okay.
Everyone knows how to spell glorp.
What's that trail mix that sounds like glorp? Isn't it like a...
What?
Wasn't there like something like a mixture? It's like stands for like it's like an acronym for. Yeah,
what do
you
you?
know what I'm talking about.
It's like one of our guests mentioned. I think Liam mentioned it, or somebody was like,
Okay.
It's like just, or somebody mentioned it.
It's clearly not that because you would have been like, oh, he's onto something instead of going, excuse me. Glorp is it's like watching alien. It's like pictures of like aliens eating, like glorping around, like it was spit falling out of their mouth. I don't fucking know. I'm ready to be done here.
Pictures of aliens eating.
Yeah, I'm
ready to be done.
Glorping.
I exactly thought of aliens because every alien says Gleep Glorp.
Gleep Glorp. Yeah.
So
it's picturing the
Gorp.
Simpsons aliens.
Gorp is what you were thinking of.
That changes everything.
good old raisins and peanuts.
No, Gorp is the name of the mix. He's saying.
Yeah, Gorp is the trail mix.
Okay.
So this is Glorp with an L. So totally different.
So okay, wait. No, I changed my thing. It's a trail mix with raisins and lettuce. That's what the Reddit's.
What was your first one? Aliens
eating stuff and being all sloppy with it.
Cool.
Right.
No,
mine, after aliens, all I could think of is maybe a sound effect. So I'm going to have things that are dropping or plopping onto the ground that might make it
glorping.
Glorp.
As you were? As it was?
Things that are plopping onto the ground. Alrighty.
How are you going to split this?
Glorping on the
ground. This is pictures of penises with googly eyes on them. So I think we'll just call it
a glorp.
I don't know. I think we'll just call it a draw.
Right. Nice work, Noah.
All right. Have you guys submitted your glorp this week?
No.
Is it actually like graphic photos?
Graphic
I don't
photos.
know. Let's find out. I didn't actually go to that
jacking
one.
off while holding a set of googly eyes next to it?
No, I'm not fucking jacking off. Eyes would be flying everywhere. I'm just talking about if there's if there's somehow like, you know,
these are
covered
explicit.
up mostly.
It's all like so the first one here on the page is literally it's like zip flumped out of a guy's fly. Like you just see his pants, and then the penis is just hanging out, and then there's two googly eyes like right on the tip.
Oh, the first one I saw is actually a vagina with the googly eyes.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, I see that one.
Okay, I gotta look this up.
Oh my gosh, this is graphic.
Why am I putting this into my phone? Glorp.
New Glorp just dropped. This is the subject of one of them.
NSFW Glorp.
Somebody made their penis look like a Goomba from Mario Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
There's goop.
Good lord.
Glorp boobs. This is just
like there's a number of glorp goatsies on here too.
Oh no.
Glorpsies. As long as there's not a tub glorp.
The two posts say, I couldn't help myself. You could definitely help no one's ever been. Oh man, I just couldn't help myself as I slowly glue googly eyes to my dick. Yeah, no, sorry. I just felt compelled to spend 2 hours on this arts and crafts project.
Oh, this one's got a bow tie.
Mm-hmm.
The founder of Glorp, I think he got disqualified because from a fishing tournament because they found all these googly eyes stuffed inside of his fish.
Oh, look, this one's called Adolf Dickler, and he dressed himself like a Nazi with a mustache.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
No,
that's terrible.
No, why?
Why, Glorb?
Why, Glorb?
All right.
Why have you forsaken me, Glorb?
All right, let's eat this last one. It's the Kinder... how do we say it?
Delice?
Delice? Delice?
Delice?
Delice. And it looks on the outside to be like a chocolate cake kind of a looking thing with cream in the middle. Looks delicious on the outside.
We've had some success with Kinder stuff in the past, right? Like the Kinder eggs we tried are pretty good. Kinder Bueno, I think, was good.
They make a good product.
This it almost has like a Hostess cake kind of look to it in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something in it, or is it just... Oh, yeah, it's got cream.
It's a cream.
Right? There is. If there's cream, it is nearly theoretical in mine.
So it is 2 layers of cake with that cream in the middle, and then it's all coated in chocolate. The cake is like a chocolate cake, too.
All right. I don't know if it's because it's late and I've already had some snacks, or if it's because I spent the last few minutes looking at Glorp. This just doesn't taste that good.
These googly penises have really ruined my appetite.
I had such high hopes because what it shows on the front does look very Hostess-y, and that's right up my alley. This is incredibly disappointing. The cream is nary to be found, and the cake I don't think is all that good either. The layer that's on top of chocolate seems to be like a bit thicker, harder than the other. Like when you look at the cross section, there's kind of like a thickness to that top layer, and I don't know what it is, but it's sort of darker than the rest of the chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
That part's maybe okay, but overall, to me, it's just disappointing. It's not to say that I couldn't eat it or that it tastes really gross or anything. Oh boy. You know what? I was thinking indifferent, but I'm going to take the disappointment factor into this. I'm going to lower this to a high level dislike dat.
Wow.
I don't really want to eat it. Very upset. So I'm going to stick with that dislike. Geiger?
Buddy, are you all right? You need to take a few minutes. You know what? Just go on Glorp a little bit. Cheer up. Perk you right up.
Go on r/trees sucking on Glorp.
Go on Roses Are Red, or what do they actually call it?
Violets Are Glorp.
Roses Are Red, Violets Are Glorp. Look at this tree go slurp, slurp, slurp. I actually don't think this is that bad, but I will admit to being a bit disappointed. I got excited when I bit in, and because there's the layer of chocolate on top, and then there's
excited?
I got really excited. Well, I was just looking at Glorp.
So I mean, you were already half-mast.
Yeah, my dick looked like I stuffed a bunch of lead bullets in it, or sinkers in there. No, but I got, because they had this like the layer of milk chocolate on top, and then it looked like there was like a darker layer of like other chocolate right underneath it that I thought maybe was different, but it's really not. The cake is kind of crappy. It is not. I agree. Like I thought this would be kind of like a Little Debbie or a Hostessy type cupcake, and it's not nearly as like moist as that. But I still think it's fine. I'll just give it an indifferent to that. It's still tasty enough, and it's close enough to those kind of snack where I don't dislike it, but I am a little let down by what I thought it would be.
So you gave it indifferent? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
All right. So the Rocky Road had a like, an indifferent, and a dislike. So far, we've got 2/3 of that met so far with the dislike and the indifference. So, Chad, if you like this, then it can tie or win. And if you don't, then we're going to have to be saying r/I'm sorry, Kinder. So what do you think?
Well, so In the interest of full disclosure, I have a little confession here, which is I originally bought 4 of these Kinder Delices, because this was going to be the third snack that we were going to do with our buddy Robert Persinger for episode 200. But then he got the nut goodies. So pushed this one back to a different episode, and I ate that 4th bar.
Okay.
And at the time, I thought it was really, really, really good. Like that one that I ate like a couple weeks ago, month ago, whatever it was. For me at the time, it was like in between, a love and a like. I thought it was delicious.
Yeah.
But between then and now, something changed. And I think it's the glorp factor. Glorp Glorp has made this taste worse. It has. There's no doubt about it. No, I don't know why, but like this time I was eating it and I was like, this is still good, but the cream is lacking. You guys are right, and the cake could probably be more moist, more flavorful. And I think it's good, but it is still disappointing because we've had so many good Kinder things in the past. It's the same thing as like when you try a Reese's product. When a Reese's product misses, it hits harder, right? Because you expect greatness from them. And so I have, a similar high bar with Kinder where I'm expecting something to be really good. And when it doesn't deliver, I have to knock it for it. So I'm going to put this at a very high level indifferent to that.
Wow.
It's probably still my favorite today, but yeah, it's disappointing.
And somehow, by default, the Rocky Road has won the day. Wow, that is a shocker.
Well, Geiger liked it, right? So
yeah, it's the only thing they got to like today.
Huh. I had high hopes for today. I thought all 3 were going to be decent.
Yeah.
Then they just got a pile of glorp.
Geiger, where can the listeners contact us?
If you would like to tell us about any subreddits that you're into, googly eyes on buttholes. If you've ever seen a Brazil nut or thought about one, let us know. If you illegally won a fishing tournament, tell us your secrets. I think that covers it. If you have Chad, remember that fishing tournament?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think of it? Yep.
When you think about that fishing tournament,
I was even setting it up wrong. Like when you think about glorp, does it make you say sorry, John?
You had me at glorp.
Geiger, when you think about glorpsy.
Anyway, if you want to suggest some snacks for the podcast, let us know what you think of our ratings. Give us
when
your
you
own
think
ratings.
about lemon glorp.
You can reach out to us at youtrydat@gmail.com. Why would you? No one does. Let's be very clear. No one does. And this is not going to help. If your penis naturally has its own googly eyes and you don't even like the original glorp prime.
The original glorp.
I am original glorp.
I have working eyeballs above my penis. Oh.
Patient glorp.
Reach out. Fine. You can reach us at youtrydat@gmail.com. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter, #YouTriedThat. We're on Facebook with the You Tried Dat group. If you enjoy the podcast, leave us a review or some stars and tell your friends and family about it. And for those of you who do listen, thank you very, very much.
I didn't know. I was say I'm going in for a vasectomy here in like a month or two.
Nice.
And I did see they had like an option, like when I was signing up for it, like for an extra $50, you could get the glorp upgrade.
How much would you have to be paid to like put googly eyes on your dick before you go in for the vasectomy? It's a little treat for the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Seriously, how much?
When you think about how much.
Yeah.
Right. Well, next week is the Snackers Super Bowl. It's Halloween.
Wow.
So don't forget to tune in. And when you think about Halloween, that'll do it for this time. But we'll be back next time. We'll be trying out 3 brand new smells.
Deuces.
Yep.
Twirl, Mr. Glorp, how glorpy is Glorp gum? I'm gonna pick your nose.
Glorp gum, the only gum that comes with a shirt.